This is a one JING, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, automatic oiler. It's programmable for time intervals. Once you power it up, it will shoot a shot of oil to the machine, and then every so many minutes programmed, it will oil the machine. I don't know if you guys can see this with the camera, but this top number here is the intervals in which it will oil the machine, and this bottom number is the how long it will inject oil per the intervals. Okay, so done a retrofit on this machine, and I basically disconnected it because it was just every time I'd plug it up to do a test, it would oil the machine, and I had oil going everywhere. So I just unhooked the line and just stuck it back over into the reservoir, so it just recirculate until I got my retrofit finished. So I wanted to go into a little bit about how to program it. Now I looked up this name brand on the internet and could not find anything about how to program the machine. So I played with it a little bit, figured it out. I thought I'd pass it along. I watch a lot of YouTube how-to videos, and guys are generous enough with their time to make videos on different things I'm interested in, and I thought I'd give back a little bit. This particular unit does have a float level switch in it. I can see that, and it does have a pressure gauge, but the CNC controller is not tied to that in any way, shape, or form. So if it runs out, the controller has no idea that it's out, and if there's a broke line or something and it don't build any pressure oiling the machine, the CNC controller has no way of knowing that. It just 220 volts comes in here, you turn the machine on, it oils it for, I got it set for 3 seconds, and then however many minutes passes by on this top number, it'll oil it again. It was set up for every 60 minutes. Now, if the machine sets idle for a while, like you go to lunch or you're running some parts or you need to change the setup, every hour it's going to inject oil. I think that's a little too much personally, because this thing had oil dripping everywhere. So I made an adjustment. I'm going to show you guys how this particular unit programs. It's pretty simple. Right here you've got a set button. You got an up arrow, down arrow, that changes the values up and down. This set button will start with this number here, and each time you press it, you can scroll over to another digit and you can make the adjustment. This reset button, you can press it, and it will actually cycle the oiling procedure. I'm going to try to take this hose out without making a mess and push this reset button all at one time. You can hear it run. There's the oil coming out. Oop, made a little mess. Knew I would. But anyway, you guys kind of get the picture of that. So here's how you program it. Take your set button, press it and hold it down. Now you see your first number flashes. It's on 3. You can go 4, 5, 6. We'll set it back to 5. If you want to come over here to this other digit, press it again. This other digit's flashing. You can go up or down, and increase your time. You can go to the next digit. Well, if you just press it again, it goes back to the first digit. Well, how do you get to this top row to set the interval in which it oils? This is how long the oil injection procedure will last once it starts injecting oil, which now it's set to 5 seconds. But how often does this happen? Well, that number up here dictates that. Push your set button and hold it. Now this is flashing, and same as the bottom, you can scroll through it and just keep scrolling through and through and through. I think I've got this thing set up where it will inject oil twice a day. When you start it up in the morning, it'll get a squirt. About midday, 4 hours later, it'll get a squirt. I think that's plenty. Some of you guys might disagree. Set it to wherever you think you need to set it. Set yours, but this is just more of a how-to than what do you think your machine needs for oil. Well, it's in program mode, everything's blinking. How do you get that to stop? Well, you take your set button, you push it, you hold it, it'll beep. Once it beeps, it will shoot a shot of oil. Bow. Now it is ready to roll. Every 260 minutes, it will shoot a shot of oil for 5 seconds, and then the time will reset, and every 260 minutes it'll go again. There you go. That's the brand of it. I don't really know how to pronounce it. More than likely, like the rest of this Chinese stuff, I bet all of these are probably very similar, if not the same, with just a different label on them. But give it a shot if you want to make an adjustment to yours. That's how mine works. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to comment on it, comment on it. I hope this helps somebody. Didn't have a manual when I got the machine, couldn't find anything online about it, so I just started playing with it, and it was pretty easy actually. Have a good one.